Hey guys, Phil here, hope you're all well. What you're looking at in front of you is my 79,000 series PlayStation 2 Slim. As you can see, it's working perfectly fine. It's playing a little bit of Resident Evil 4 at the moment. Now, I don't think I've seen someone install a ModChip into a 79,000 series PlayStation 2 Slim. So this might be the first video on YouTube that shows that. I don't know if it is, I'll have a look, but I've not seen one. I had a quick look and I've not seen one. Now, just before I start dismantling this PlayStation to install the ModBo 5 ModChip, just a quick note on this PlayStation. When I start dismantling it, you'll see that it's in bad condition. Now, the only thing that's in bad condition is the external case. Internally, everything is fine. The laser's perfect, the motherboard's perfect in this thing, and as you can see, it's playing Resident Evil 4 perfectly fine. So the only downside to this PlayStation 2 Slim is its cosmetic appearance, and I was umming and ahhing, shall I install a ModChip into it or not, but then I thought, you know what, I'll install a ModBo 5 because I can always get a new external shell for it. So yeah, if you stick around, I'll get installing this ModBo 5 into this 79,000 series PlayStation 2 Slim. Let's start dismantling the PlayStation 2 Slim. Now you'll see what I mean about the case being beat up. You can see it's already missing some of the covers, screws. Just pop that out, pop this one out as well. You can see I've already been in there. You can see the security seal has been removed. I went in there about a year ago to replace the CMOS battery that's in there, because it was stopping the clock from working. It wouldn't save the time and date, and when that happens, it's just a simple procedure of replacing the clock battery. But obviously when you go inside one of these, if it's still got its security sticker, you have to break that. And I'll show you, I don't know whether you can see it, there it is, look, 79,000 series. These are the last, well, second to last model of the PlayStation 2 Slim. The last model of the PlayStation 2 Slim is the 90,000 series. These are just as difficult to mod. In fact, these can be a little bit more trickier than the 90,000 series. The reason for that is because of the cable management you have to do. It's difficult to do on these because the hole that you go through. If you look at the 90,000 series, it's actually easy to cable manage. The ModChip on these, it's a little bit more tricky. So what I'm doing at the moment is I'm just removing the optical pickup. There we go, that's that removed. What I want to do now is take the system fan out, and it's just 3 screws. There we go. That's the system fan out. Now just a word of caution, guys. I'm missing a screw in this. There should be a screw just here and it's missing. So just be aware of that if you come to open up your PlayStation 2 Slim. You won't see me remove that screw because obviously it's missing. I think there may be another one somewhere. Yes, it's just down here, look, I'll just point it to you, it's there. And that should be the motherboard coming out. Take the shield block from the top, and as you can see, there's the CMOS battery I changed. It should have a Sony branded one in, but you can see this is Energizer. But yeah, that's it. That's the PlayStation 2's slim motherboard stripped down. We take a look. We look for the system board identifier. There it is. You can see it just there. GH-061-22. Off the top of my head, I think that is a version 16. If I'm wrong, I'll put an annotation in the bottom of the video, but I think that is a version 16, which is the third to last board. I think it may be the second to last. I know it's the second to last actual slim, because it goes to 79,000 series, then the 90,000 series, which is the last one. But I think this is the third last to board Sony ever made for the Sony PlayStation 2, and the third to last slim board they ever made. And I'm ready to go. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to set up my microscope. The reason for that is there's no way I'm going to be able to solder wires onto this main ASIC here. It's just not going to happen. Doing it by eye, I need magnification to do that. So yeah, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to set up my microscope and get installing that ModChip. As you can see, my Anden Star AD407 microscope is all set up. Let's get installing this ModChip. And as you can see, that's the BIOS side of the ModChip installed. Now I tried to train the wires under my microscope. It just simply wasn't going to happen, guys, so I just did it off camera. But yeah, as you can see, that's the BIOS side sorted. Now I need to start soldering to the main ASIC, which is going to be a pain in the arse. And as you can see, the ModBo 5 is fully installed. Now again, I want to apologize for me not showing you me train the wires. I couldn't do it under the microscope, guys, sorry about that. But yeah, you can see it's all installed. Now I just want to mention something about the 79,000 series PlayStation 2 Slim. Now a lot of people will say that the 90,000 series PlayStation 2 Slim is the most difficult one to install a ModChip to. Now this is my personal opinion. I think this one's the most difficult to do. The reason for that is, if I turn it over, you can see this has the same number of wires you have to do on the ASIC on the 90,000 series, but the difficult part comes in training the wires. This is more difficult to train the wires for the 79,000 series. So yeah, that's my personal opinion, guys. I'm not going to argue with someone if someone turns around and says no, the 90,000 series is the most difficult one to do. Like I said, I'm not going to argue with that. The reason for that is I've done quite a few of them and they are difficult to do. But like I said, in my personal opinion, I think these 79,000s are the most difficult ones to do. But yeah, anyway, ModChip's installed. Let's get this PlayStation 2 Slim back together and we can give it a test. And as you can see, we're all back together. Time to give this a test. So let's power on. Hopefully you see the Matrix logo. Yes, there it is. Winner, winner. Yeah, knew it. Now this is, they set the ModChip up, the ModBo 5 ModChips, to boot from mass storage. Now if you install a ModChip like this and then you see this screen, you're going to think there's something wrong. Oh, I've done something wrong with my mod install. No, you've not done something wrong. It's just that they set the ModChip up to boot from mass storage from the factory, and then when you power on you get this, you don't get the normal BIOS boot. So what you have to do is you have to go into the configuration menu. I'll just move that out of the way because I need to press some buttons. So I'm going to power off the console. Now this is going to be fun. What I need to do is press circle. This is going to be fun. Trying to do this 100. I need to press circle and triangle and power on the console at the same time. There we go. And I should get the Matrix Infinity configuration menu, and there we go. Now I'm just going to go through and change some things. Color, that's the video, but you can actually change it, so I'll show you. If you want to permanently boot in PAL, you select PAL. If you want to permanently boot in NTSC, you change to NTSC. You can do PAL 60 as well. You can do VGA, and obviously turn it off, and what that does is basically override whatever the console setting is. So if you put an NTSC game in the console, it will boot in NTSC mode. If you put a PAL game in the console, it will boot in PAL. PlayStation screen fix, that's a good thing to have on. If you try and boot an NTSC game in a PAL console like this, what will happen is, if you don't have that fix on, the actual image will move up like that. So you'll have the upper part of the image and then a massive great big back line. So I always have that on. It fixes the NTSC PlayStation games. PlayStation multi-boot, I always turn this off because I found with that on I can get some problems booting PlayStation games. Sometimes PlayStation games don't like booting with that multi-disc option on. MC16, that's for memory card type of things. That's like free boot, that type of stuff. A-type auto patch, I think that's to do with free boot as well. Macrovision fix, that basically removes the macrovision signal from DVD video. So if you wanted to do things like copy DVDs to like a VCR, this will turn off the macrovision, so you can do that. But who does that today? Right? Green fix, now this is another good thing, because I'm using a component cable here. What that does is, if I'm playing a DVD video over RGB, it doesn't like you using an RGB, so what that does is it gets rid of that green screen. Region 8 is region 3, but you can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there are your regions. I always leave it on 8. It's region 3. DVD 9, that's large DVD support, dual layer support. I leave that on because obviously you might want to boot games like God of War on the PlayStation 2. That's a dual layer disc. Boot mode, here's the problem. That's why we're getting this message, boot mode mass storage. So I'm going to come in and I'm going to change that to auto. There we go, and that will boot the original BIOS now. Pad detection, that's just, you know, a timeout to detect the pad in this menu. And boot logo, this is the Matrix Infinity logo, and you can turn it off there. So yeah, they're the settings, guys. What I'm going to do now is, if you see it, press start to save settings. I'm going to press start, settings saved. Now if I power off the console and power it back on, we should get a normal boot. Well, what looks like a normal boot. There's the Matrix Infinity logo, and there we go. We're getting a normal boot. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to grab some discs, some backup discs, so we can test this and see if we've got a fully modded PlayStation 2 Slim. So let's test the PlayStation 2 game first. I've gone and got some of my backup PlayStation 2 game discs. You can see it's a backup. So open the tray, pop the game in, and let's power on. See if we get a boot. And it got spin up, I can hear it. Yep, we got a boot straight away. Yep, there we go. So that's PlayStation 2. Game's booting. And there we go. That's Resident Evil Code Veronica X. It's a great game, by the way, guys. Originally came out on a Dreamcast, but then it came out on a PlayStation 2. And it's a very good version of Resident Evil. And as you can see, this is a US game, and you can see the flickering, and that's setting that color option in the menu. It defaults to whatever region the game is you put in. It changes the video mode. And there we go. It's Resident Evil Code Veronica X. So yeah, that's PlayStation 2 games working. Let's try a dual layer PlayStation 2 game now. So I went and got my copy of God of War. You can see it's a dual layer disc. These discs are crap, guys, so if it boots this, this PlayStation will boot anything. So let's pop in the disc, shut the tray and power on. See, I can hear it spinning up. You're going to get a boot. Yep, there we go, it's booting. And there we go. We got dual layer support on crappy discs as well, which is always a bonus. So yeah, that laser in there, pretty good. And it's like I said, guys, the internals of this PlayStation is very good. It's just the outside cosmetic, and there you go, you can see there's God of War. So yeah, there you go, guys. Winner, winner. Okay. What am I like? I forgot to test PlayStation games. Now I've got a confession to make, guys. I've stored my PlayStation games up in the loft. The reason for that is because my PlayStation's got an X station in there now, and I don't need my backup games anymore, so I've stored them in the loft. And what I've done is I've just gone and burnt this, so I don't know how good this disc is going to be. It could be crap. But let's test it. Let's see if this PlayStation 2 will boot PlayStation games. So let's shut the lid, power on, fingers crossed. Let the disc spin up, and it looks like it's booting. Now what I can tell you guys is we won't get the original PlayStation logo. You never get it with the ModBo 5, and it's booting, I can see, because it's changed the video resolution. But yeah, you won't see the original PlayStation boot logo with the ModBo 5. We never do, which is a bit of a bummer. And there we go, there's it booting back up PlayStation games. So yeah, this PlayStation is sorted, guys. So yeah, hope you liked the video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up, like, comment, subscribe, all the usual stuff. And as always, I'll catch you on the next one. Winner, winner. Nice ModBo 5 ModChip PlayStation 2 Slim. Get in there. Catch you next time, guys.